Masonry works include the units, mortar, and plaster. Check how to estimate the masonry of a small structure here in quantity surveying. The plans necessary to estimate concrete works are the floor plan, showing the width and the length of the building, and the location of openings, where we need the doors and windows schedules. Beneath the grade is the foundation, so the foundation plan is also required. This shows the designation of the column and footings, then also the wall footings, which means there isn't any beam underground. There is also the roof beam plan and the details of the columns and the roof beams. Also shown is one elevation, and we are to estimate the masonry works of the structure using mortar mix class B and 16 mm thickness for the plaster on both faces. There are two categories for the job, the walls and the partitions. So let's start with the walls. Using the floor plan, we estimate the enclosing walls first, and we start by taking the lengths of the walls. From grids A and B, there are spans of 6 and 4 meters, although we have to take out some parts of the 0.3 columns as the dimensions were measured on centers. The length then is 6 with 4 meters, then subtract half of the columns or 0.15 from both ends, then the full column width on the center, which results to 9.4 meters. Next are grids 1 and 3. Their span is 6 meters less half of the column width from both ends, so the wall length is 5.7 meters. Knowing the long lengths at grids A and B, then the shorter lengths at grids 1 and 3, we then take the height of the wall. The elevation shows the floor to beam height as 3.2 meters. And to compute for the wall height, we need to consider the embedment shown on the foundation plan. It's stated that we are to provide 2 layers of embedment. Then to take the net height of the wall, we also have to consider the height of the beam, which will be deducted from 3.2. The height then is 3.2 less the beam height of 0.35, then add the 2 layers of embedment, giving 3.25 meters. Now, we can compute for the gross area of the wall. That's the height of 3.25 and the length of 30.2, resulting to 98.15 square meters. With the gross area already computed, we then focus on the wall openings. Using the floor plan, we can then account for the windows, where dimensions are placed on this schedule. There are 4 W1 in the floor plan, with dimensions 1.2 by 1. The area of windows is 4.8 square meters. Next is to take the area of the entrance door, which from the schedule is 1 meter by 2.1. However, the area also reflects down under NGL, as it is unnecessary to have 2 layers of embedment under the door. So the area of the door opening is 1 by 2.1 from the door itself, and the embedment, which is 1 by 0.4 meter, giving the door opening as 2.5 square meters. Now, we take these areas out from the gross wall area we have computed earlier. That is 98.15 less 4.8 from the windows and 2.5 from the door. The net area is then 90.85 square meters. We can then compute for the number of masonry units by multiplying 12.5 to the area, giving 1,135.625, taken as 1,136 pieces of 5 inches CHB. We then compute for the mortar, starting with the mortar for block laying. What we needed is the number of layers for the blocks, so let's view the height of the wall. The wall height from NGL is 3.2, and there are 2 layers embedment below NGL. The 3.2 meter height includes the roof beam, which means we need to take out the height of 0.35 from 3.2, and that gives 2.85 meters. If we lay out the blocks, we generate 14 layers of CHB. Then, we can place a 2 inches CHB on top to fill up 2.85 meters. We are to use CHB for this example, but in reality, we can just fill the 2 inches gap with pure concrete. So to know the number of layers for block laying, from the top of the wall footing, we account 2 layers. Then from NGL to the top of block 14 is 15 layers. Then there is another layer to stick the CHB at the bottom of the beam, summing up the number of layers into 18. Using 5 inches CHB and the standard thickness of mortar for block laying as half an inch, we compute the volume of mortar as 0.125 by 0.012 by the total length. That is then 18 layers of 0.125 times 0.012 times 30.2 meters, giving 0.8154 cubic meters. Take note that we have used the gross length of 30.2 meters, as it is so tedious if we still take out the layers coming from the openings. There is also mortar filler, and from the configuration of the concrete hollow block, we can compute the dimensions of the core. For a 5 inches CHB, the core is 3 inches by 3 inches by the height of 8 inches. The volume of the mortar filler required is then 1,136 pieces of CHB multiplied by 4 cores on each block with the core dimensions we just discussed. The volume for mortar filler comes out as 5.112 cubic meters. Thus, the mortar required for the walls are 0.8154 cubic meters for block laying and 5.112 for filler, giving a total of 5.9274 cubic meters. The specified mix for mortar is Class B, which includes 12 bags of cement per cubic meter and 1 cubic meter of river sand. With this mix, we can compute for cement as 12 times the volume of 5.9274, yielding 71.1288 bags, rounded to 72. Sand is the volume multiplied by 1, which makes 5.9274 cubic meters, rounded off to 6. After the mortar, we then compute for the plaster. From the computation earlier, we have the length of the walls for grids A and B, then 1 and 3. The lengths are multiplied by 2 to account for the opposite grid, and the total length is 30.2 meters. Now for the height. We don't have to plaster the embedment, so we only take the floor to beam height of 3.2, less the height of the beam, which is 0.35, making 2.85 meters wall height. We can then compute for the gross area, where we again need to deduct the openings. Those are the 4 windows and 1 entrance door. So the area for wall plaster is 79.17 square meters. By using 16 millimeter thickness for 2 faces of the wall, we can compute for the cement by multiplying the area with 0.192, and that gives 30.40128 bags, rounded to 31. Sand also uses 2 faces of the area of 79.17 multiplied by 0.016, resulting to 2.5344 cubic meters, rounded to 3. The coefficients 0.192 for cement and 0.016 for sand are provided in a table when using area method. Next are the partitions. Use the floor plan again to identify locations of the partitions. In this problem, there is a partition at grid 2, which has a span of 6 meters, but since we are to take out half the width of the columns on both ends, we have the gross length as 5.7 meters. There is also another partition between grids A and B, and its span is 4 meters. So the total length of partitions is 9.7 meters. With the length already determined, let's measure the height. From the beam plan, there's no beam on the partitions, which signifies that the height is 3.2. But do not forget about the embedment of 2 layers. So the wall height is 3.2 plus twice of 0.2, which is then 3.6 meters. We can now compute for the gross area of the partitions as 3.6 by 9.7 meters, or that is 34.92 square meters. The gross partition area is 34.92 square meters, but we need to account for the openings. There are 2 narrower doors along grid 2, so the area is then twice of the door dimensions of 0.9 by 2.1. Then also include the space underneath, and that is 0.9 of 2 layers or 0.4 meters. The area of openings is 4.5 square meters. By this point, we can compute for the net area of partitions, and that is the gross area of 34.92 less the openings of 4.5, resulting to 30.42 square meters. We can take the number of CHB by multiplying this with 12.5, and that makes 380.25, rounded to 381 pieces. Take note that for the problem to be simpler, we used partitions of 5 inches, but in reality, partitions are usually 4 inches CHB. After the CHB, we compute for the mortar. For block laying, we need to determine the number of layers. If we take the cross-section of the partition, there is the floor to beam height of 3.2 meters. Then we have the 2 layers embedment. There is no beam on top, which means we place CHB for the whole height, making 3.2 divided by 0.2 or 16 layers of CHB. Thus, the number of layers for block laying is solved as 2 layers embedment plus the whole height of 3.2 over 0.2. Then, we do not add 1 because we are not sticking the wall on any beam on top. The total number of layers turns out as 18. With 5 inches CHB and 12 millimeters thickness, the volume is computed as 0.125 times 0.012 with a total length, making the total volume as 18 layers of 0.125 by 0.012 with 30.2 meters, or 0.8154 cubic meters. For the mortar filler, since we are using the same 5 inches thickness of CHB, the dimensions of the core remain as 3 inches by 3 inches by 8 inches. Compute for the volume and have 381 pieces times 4 cores of 0.075 by 0.075 times 0.2, getting 1.7145 cubic meters. The total mortar taken from that for block laying as 0.8154 and the filler of 1.7145 is 2.5299 cubic meters. Using Class B for the volume of 2.5299, we can compute for cement by multiplying it by 12 bags per cubic meter, where we get 30.3588, rounded off to 31 bags. Sand is 1 times the volume, giving 2.5299 cubic meters, rounded off to 3. For the plaster, we then take the total length of partitions as 9.7 meters. The height of the partition is 3.2 meters, excluding the embedment. We again take out the openings from the area. In this case, is the 2 narrow doors of 0.9 by 2.1. So the area to be plastered is 27.26 square meters. By using 16 mm thickness, we then determine the cement by having two faces of the area of 27.26 times 0.192, giving 10.46784, or 11 bags. Sand is computed as twice of the area times 0.016, or that is 0.87232, rounded as 1 cubic meter. We can also summarize quantities before rounding them off. The total number of masonry units is 1,517. We're adding 5% breakage allowance. We order 1,593 pieces. The cement is summed up to 142.35672, rounded to 143 bags. Mortar uses river sand, which we sum up to 8.4573 and rounded off to 8.5 cubic meters. Plaster uses fine sand, which has totaled as 3.40576 and rounded off to 3.5 cubic meters.